President-elect Trump announcing more key nominations for his new administration, including Matt Gaetz for Attorney General. Rachel Scott tracking all the reaction for us there on Capitol Hill. Good morning to you, Rachel.
Hey, Robin, good morning to you. Yes, this one catching some here on Capitol Hill off guard. House Republicans were meeting behind closed doors when President-elect Donald Trump announced that he would be selecting Congressman Matt Gaetz to be his next Attorney General. I'm told there was an audible gasp in the room, and now there are serious questions about whether he has enough support to be confirmed in the Senate.
This morning, Donald Trump's pick for Attorney General sending shockwaves through Washington. The president-elect nominating Republican firebrand and staunch loyalist Matt Gaetz to one of the most influential jobs in his cabinet.
He's really a great person, and he's on the controversial side, but that's not bad.
If confirmed, Gaetz would lead the Department of Justice, which for years also led an investigation into Gaetz for alleged obstruction of justice and for alleged sex trafficking. The DOJ ultimately closing the investigation without bringing any charges. But Gaetz was also facing another investigation by the House Ethics Committee for alleged sexual misconduct and illicit drug use, allegations he denies. Overnight, that investigation brought to a halt when Gaetz suddenly resigned.
If Matt has resigned and is no longer a member of Congress, the ethics investigation will cease and no report will be issued at that point.
Sources say the committee was ready to meet this week to deliberate over whether to release a report. His resignation also complicating an already narrow majority in the House for Republicans. Trump has now nominated 3 members to serve in his administration.
But I have begged and pleaded with the new president enough already. Okay, but because our numbers are small.
The announcement shocking fellow Republicans.
I just think it's silly. I believe that the president is probably rewarding him for being such a loyal soldier to the president. But the president is smart enough and his team is smart enough to know that Mr. Gaetz will never get confirmed by the Senate whatsoever.
Some GOP senators making it clear this is far from a done deal.
I don't think it's a serious nomination for the Attorney General. We need to have a serious Attorney General, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity to consider somebody that is serious. This one was not on my bingo card.
And Gaetz is not the only nominee who could face challenges. His choice for defense secretary, Fox News host and veteran Pete Hegseth, said this about women serving in combat.
I'm straight up just saying we should not have women in combat roles.
What do you make of some of his past comments, though, suggesting that women shouldn't serve in combat roles?
Well, I think he'll have to answer what he meant by that.
For Director of National Intelligence, the president-elect naming former Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard, who switched parties and became one of his most loyal supporters. She has no intelligence experience and will face tough questions over her meeting with Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad and whether she's too sympathetic to Russia. As Trump presses forward with the transition, he returned to Washington, meeting with President Biden in the Oval Office, shaking hands.
Welcome thank you very much, and thank you very much. And politics is tough, and it's in many cases not a very nice world, but it is a nice world today, and I appreciate it very much. A transition that's so smooth, it'll be as smooth as it can get, and I very much appreciate that, Jim.
You're welcome. Thank you all.
The House Ethics Committee declined to comment on our reporting. This morning, sources are telling us that President-elect Donald Trump is considering tapping his top defense attorney, Todd Blanche, to be the Deputy Attorney General. This is the second highest position in the Justice Department. Blanche was on his defense teams for that hush money trial there in New York City, as well as the federal investigations also here in Washington, Robin.
And Rachel, we know there has been a significant change in Senate leadership.
Yeah, John Thune of South Dakota will be the next Senate Majority Leader here on Capitol Hill. Mitch McConnell stepping down after 18 years in leadership. Thune has been critical of President-elect Donald Trump in the past, but he did say he wants to work closely with him to get his agenda across the finish line. I asked Thune, though, about one of Donald Trump's key demands, that the next Senate Majority Leader support so-called recess appointments. Now, this would allow Donald Trump to push through his cabinet picks over an extended Senate recess without any confirmation hearings. Thune telling me that all options are on the table, but this is important because this could help someone as controversial as Matt Gaetz get across the finish line in the Senate, Robin.
We'll keep that in mind. Thank you for your reporting, Rachel.